I'm Donna Morrissey of the American Red Cross, and I'm here in Jersey City where partners came together to commemorate the 9/11 events 16 years later. I'm here with Mike Stavala, who's one of our great partners. He's president of Suburban Propane. Mike, tell us about what we're doing here today.
Well, today is the third annual Police and Fire 9/11 Memorial Blood Drive. This is the culmination of a summer campaign, which becomes one of our largest blood collection efforts of the summer. We're commemorating the first responders that lost their lives 16 years ago, partnering with the American Red Cross to collect as much blood as we can.
You know, recently, just as people stood up on 9/11 to help the neighbors here in New York and New Jersey, we're also mobilizing to help our neighbors in the South who are faced with two Category 4 catastrophic hurricanes that made landfall. And I just spent the last 2 weeks in Houston. Mike, tell me some of the things your team is doing to help support the communities in the aftermath of these hurricanes.
Well, first and foremost, our hearts and thoughts go out with those affected by the storms, both Hurricane Harvey and now Hurricane Irma. For us, for Suburban Propane, it starts with preparation. We spent a lot of time with our customers making sure that they were prepared as the storm was coming, making sure they had enough product, but also made sure that they understood the safety tips with regard to any assets and tanks that may be affected by the storm. And then for ourselves, just helping to make sure that our employees and our facilities were as safe as they could be and prepared for the post-storm activity. So now we're out there assessing the situation and serving our customers the best we can.
I was able to go to a location outside of Houston where Mike's team members were working to help get their customers back up and get propane to them in the aftermath of the floods. I was astounded by their courage, their strength, and their fortitude. They're going in house by house to try and help the neighbors in need. A special crisis team came in, and yet when you look at their offices, they had water there, but they're putting that all aside and they're responding to the need. One of your staff members actually lost his home, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's really the Red Cross and Suburban Propane coming together to help serve the needs of our neighbors when it counts. I'm also here with Mike Chaplow, who's a Vice President of Biomedical Services. Mike, you were here during the 9/11 terrorist attack. Can you just share some thoughts with us about that and why it's important to commemorate it 16 years later?
Sure. So we promised that we would never forget, and we won't. So we're here with hundreds of kind people who are donating their time, rolling up their sleeves to give life-saving blood for patients in hospitals at need. So we thank everyone, Suburban Propane, our cherished partner, for all of their support. And we thank all of our donors who show up, roll up their sleeves, and donate life-saving blood.
Give us an indication, Mike. You are overseeing the blood supply. So when something like the two catastrophic hurricanes strike, and you already maybe are low on blood, tell us how that affects the blood supply and why we're hoping people will help us replenish it.
Sure. So when a hurricane strikes, it not only eliminates the blood drives that were scheduled at that time of the occurrence, but also think about it. Buildings are gone, and that's where we hold blood drives, like at the facility where we are here in Jersey City today. It takes months, sometimes a year, to rebuild those facilities. So it can affect blood drives for months into the future, and the impact is in the thousands of units. And when an emergency happens, blood needs to be on the shelves and ready at that minute. We can't wait a week or 2 or 3 to get products in the door. So we always have to be ready with life-saving blood products.
You know, when I was in the Houston Convention Center, we had people who were rescued in boats by our first responders. In fact, I remember having a 2-month-old baby cradled in my arms. She and her mom swam out of the house, and they got into a boat with first responders. So it's just incredible, the response. I was down in Houston, and I sat down just to have a moment of rest, and I met with a fellow who was there. He was an EMT who responded here on 9/11. He's now retired, and he's volunteering for the Red Cross because he said, "You were there for us, and now I want to be there for you," which is an incredible sense of patriotism and humanity. We're also here with Nandini, who is the Director of Marketing for Suburban Propane, and I want to just share with you one thing. I was on a day off on Cape Cod with my family. I got a call from National Headquarters that we needed propane product. We needed to have some extra supply. All it took was one call on a Saturday to Suburban Propane, and underneath said, of course, you will have it. So tell us what you're doing in the Florida area and how you're awaiting word from down there.
Absolutely. Donna, firstly, we cherish the partnership that we have with the American Red Cross, and we really value this highly. First off, just to repeat what Mike said, Suburban Propane, our thoughts are with our communities, our employees, our customers, and everybody affected by Hurricanes Harvey and Irma in Texas, Florida, and any other area that it's hitting right now as we speak. First off, what we do is we're proactive in our operations. We have plans in place and how best do we tackle when Mother Nature attacks, and we have no idea, no matter how far technology has gotten, to predict this. So we do our best in advance. We notify our customers, we notify the community, we're here to help. Now that we're just about feeling the effects of Irma as it's leaving Florida and moving westwards, I believe, we're taking an inventory check of our assets and how quickly we can get up and running, releasing a temporary sense of operations right from the Keys all the way to Florida. And in Texas, I know you were just there just a week ago, and you shared an amazing story, which I believe was posted just a day or so ago, on our employees and the amazing work that they've done. They were out of power in 4 feet of water, but they were out delivering propane. They've been driving miles. To me, I applaud those efforts. That's team spirit. Our employees are going above and beyond. They are part of the community. They're your friends, they're your neighbors. They're a shining example of what Suburban Propane stands for. Again, thank you so much to the American Red Cross.
You know, I asked one of your employees in Texas, I said, you know, we're here with you. He said, don't you worry, we have a long road to recovery. We're worried about our neighbors in Florida. And that's the kind of spirit that you see. And so we right now had close to 130,000 people in Florida in evacuation shelters and state-run shelters. So we're here, we're responding, we're mobilizing up. If you want to help out, if you want to be a corporate sponsor or make a financial donation, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, visit redcrossblood.org, or text Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Every nickel counts because our neighbors are in need and we can't do it without you.